And good evening from her gymnasium on the campus of Lima Central Catholic High School. The Thunderbirds hosting the Bluffton Pirates tonight in Northwest Conference Basketball. Hi everybody, Garrett Mansfield with you here this evening. That's Evan Skilder. Pleasure to be along the ride with you for this one tonight, Evan. Northwest Conference Basketball for the T-Birds taking on the Pirates of Bluffton, and certainly a matchup that's going to be tantalizing and interesting to see. Two teams that have kind of had a different road to start the year, and this is one trying to get on the right foot heading down the home stretch of the regular season.
Yeah, no question, and these two familiar NWC foes. It's been a while since Lima Central Catholic has participated in the Northwest Conference, but here they are back here in her gymnasium, and I couldn't be more excited for it. You're right, Bluffton, a team that only 2 losses. They've taken a couple on the chin here recently, trying to get some things worked out, dealing with a few injuries. And then LCC, a team that started really hot this season and has kind of cooled off a little bit, still trying to find their rhythm as well. And this is a big game for both teams.
And they get to have that on their home floor tonight. But Evan, take us into our keys of the game tonight to kind of see if they can check some of these boxes to find out who's going to walk out of here a winner.
Yeah, these teams have pretty similar style of play, and so I kind of went with some alliteration: possession, paint touches, and pace tonight. We'll start with solid possessions. Listen, you have to limit mistakes and you have to take good shots on offense. Both teams are capable of going on runs, and it'll be especially important to maximize those possessions occurring when you start to feel that momentum slip away a little bit, which could very well happen tonight. The second one is pace. Both of these teams like to run the floor, and I bet both teams know that it'll be important to prevent the other team, or at least try to prevent the other team, from getting out in transition. So if one of these teams can maintain their fast-paced style of play and slow down the other squad, they should be in pretty good shape. And then we look at paint touches. You're going to see a lot of threes flying in this game. Both teams very perimeter-centric. They like the outside shot, and so I imagine the opposing defense is going to be keying on that perimeter. How do you free up shooters? You get into the paint, whether it's on a drive or you dump it down to a post player. Once you get it into the paint, that defense collapses and opens up those perimeter shooters for a kick out in a 3. So whichever team can figure out how to free up those shooters will be in good shape too.
There you have it. Thanks, Evan, for breaking that down for us. And that should give us an idea of who's going to come out on top. We're going to be really excited to find out how this thing starts as we see the Thunderbirds and the Pirates in action shortly. We'll have the tip-off when we come back on WOSN. Back at her gymnasium, Lima Central Catholic in Bluffton, ready to do battle in Northwest Conference Basketball here this evening as the conference races start to heat up here in mid-January. Garrett Mansfield and Evan Skilder with you here tonight. Here's our scoreboard sponsor tonight. It's Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and in Bluffton. And also our contest tonight brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. They are located in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all of your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Home style happens here. Starting lineup time here at LCC. Let's take a look at those starting 5 first for Bluffton on their half, led by head coach Todd Boblett. There's their 5, a talented group that is 9-2 on the season, scoring almost 70 points a game. Donaldson, a senior, joined with Taryn Boblett and Summers, senior classmen, and then the juniors with Bean Ginther and Kane Wright. Leading scorer is Summers, almost 17 points a game for the Pirates. Flipping over to the LCC side, and a young group overall with 3 sophomores and a freshman in the starting lineup. McKee, White, and Parker, all sophomores, and Burton, a freshman, joined by the junior Jordan Pretty. Here's the starting 5 for head coach Sean Powell, a group that is 6-6 and coming off a state Final Four berth a year ago. And, you know, Evan, we talked about your keys early, and we see the energy, the atmosphere starting to build up for this one. These are 2 schools that haven't had a chance to play often the last couple of years. However, 2 meetings, I believe, in the last 5 years, so they're starting to get that back on track. They're going to get real familiar with each other here very soon, especially being conference mates once again. This is a big battle that could have conference implications by a month from now.
Yeah, no question, and we're a little over halfway through the season, but both of these teams haven't played a ton of games in the Northwest Conference, right? There's a lot of conference games left, and I guarantee you talk to both of these coaches at the beginning of the year, they both decided and thought we have a good shot at winning that conference, right? And it's a great conference. We know Crestview's fantastic. They knocked off Bluffton. Spencerville undefeated right now in the conference, playing really well, but these two are definitely two that can make some noise.
Both are 1-1. Yeah, you mentioned that, Evan. It has the feel with the way Spencerville and Crestview are playing. This could be an elimination game almost for conference title rights by the time it's all said and done. 2 losses could be tough to overcome, but a lot of basketball to be played in the NWC. Bluffton in the red jerseys here on the road with the ball to start the contest. Ginther kicks for Summers. He unloads a 3 and knocks it down. He has 22 makes on the year now, and their leading scorer gets it done early.
Well, you know, if you're a coach and you have 1 or 2 players that can shoot anywhere from 38 to 42% from outside, you're happy. Well, Blake Summers shoots 48% from outside, and as a team, Bluffton shoots 42% from outside. We said these two teams are perimeter-centric, but my goodness, Bluffton can really get it done and do so efficiently.
Over 50% from the field on the year overall, all their shots. Here's Pretty with the drive and has a shot deflected, and he's able to fight for the rebound. Second chance opportunity for the T-Birds. Now Brady Parker unloads a 3, and he cans it.
And there's that inside-out game, right? They missed that first layup, but they get the offensive rebound. The defense collapses a little bit. They're able to kick it out to Parker for a wide-open 3.
They've exchanged thermal guard window and door 3-pointers to start the basketball game tonight. A little over a minute has gone by. Here's Merrick Donaldson. Loose ball picked up by Burton, and he'll lose it in transition, and Bluffton turns it back over.
Yeah, and it seemed on that possession like Coach Bobbitt wanted things to slow down a little bit. They waited up top, kind of waited for everyone to get set up in that 5-out formation, and I'm not sure if there was miscommunication as Ginther drove over to the left, but either way, ran out of real estate, and LCC, a nice job knocking it away and getting a possession.
So all knotted up to start the basketball game. Here's Jackson White, goes to Jordan Pretty in the corner. Now here's Parker. Hand off to Burton. Looking to shake and get some space.
It's good defense from Ginther. I really like Azad Burton. Just a freshman, as you mentioned before, but that guy can play. Super strong, can get inside, does a lot of good with his body.
Dom McKee using his body for space but could not finish. There goes Bluffton on the other end. Down deep corner and now back toward the wing. And there Donaldson, and here's a layup that doesn't go. Boblet with a second chance, and a loose ball taken away by the T-Birds. Other end, Parker lays it in with the left.
It's a good finish right there from Parker. Donaldson slowed down and was able to alter the shot, but Parker has the size advantage, gets up and lays it in easy.
Here Ginther, hands to Donaldson, long 3 on the way straight away, and another.
Oh, you can't give him space. He'll shoot from anywhere. You saw that one 3 feet behind the line, able to finish, and that's going to be, you're still waiting. They're going to call a charge. Or I'm sorry, they're not. It's going to be a defensive foul against Ginther.
That's his first. See it again on your Charles River replay. Yeah, pretty good penetration, and that's a tough one.
Well, Pretty, one of my favorite players to watch in the area. That guy, so strong. He can shoot from outside. He can get inside. He'll post some guys up if they're smaller, bully them around a little bit with that good frame. A really good player, fun to watch.
Back down the first of the 2 Lee's free throws. Next up for Pretty, bends and sends. Good again. T-Birds back on top. Now Bluffton looking for a response. This is how it's gone in the basketball game early. Ping pong back and forth. Drive and kick for Ginther. And the errant pass picked up by Burton. He'll take it down the floor himself. Shot disrupted and taken away. I think Donaldson got a piece of it. He'll push it up into the corner and tipped away. Two new entries for Lima Central Catholic. Xavier Purnell is one of them, and Jeff Williams also checks in.
Really like Jeff Williams as well. Really good guard. He's super quick, super shifty. Another guy that can get into the paint on the drive and makes really good decisions once he gets there.
Ball in to Kane Wright. And Ginther holds and get this offense set here.
Good drive from Wright right there. That's a tough play. Kane Wright, kind of the size that makes the offense go inside. 6'2", but really uses his weight and his strength to his advantage.
And the junior adds it there. He's putting up over 14 a game, and Bluffton, they can certainly score, averaging 70 points a contest. On the other side for LCC, as the Parker runner doesn't go down, they're even Steven. They are 6-6, and their scoring is dead even. To be exact, 56.9 to 56.8. That is about as close to as you can get down the middle for the T-Birds. Here's Williams behind the back pass to Purnell, and he finishes.
Yeah, see, exactly on cue. Williams gets into the paint, makes a great decision, a little behind the back pass, and a really good finish as well through contact from Xavier Purnell right there. Just a sophomore on this young LCC team.
I hear that phrase a lot. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Going through high school year number 2.
Right there, Purnell, too much arm as he reaches to try to stop the penetration instead of sliding over to help. You see right here, Ginther just gets around Williams. Purnell's got to be careful. Instead of reaching in there, he's got to slide and cut him off with the body.
Landon Worcester checks in for Bluffton, a missed shot, but then Blake Summers with the offensive rebound and the putback.
And there you see it. Pretty uses that strength and speed, just finds a little seam and able to get his shoulders in front of the defender and finish through contact.
Yeah, we're on a 1st to 80 pace here at her gymnasium. Just back and forth to get things started. So Donaldson slowing things up, getting his Pirates in position. Trying to clear things out as Ginther comes up high. Ball shoveled to Summers.
Trying to get him an elbow touch right now, Ginther. Now they get it.
He turns on Williams. He's got some space, but
well, you
play
see
patient.
Pirates slowing things down here, making the most out of their possessions.
Ginther's long 3, no, and another Blake Summers rebound, and the putback is good. He'll head to the line after the LCC foul.
Yeah, that's 2 putbacks now for Summers on consecutive possessions. He's doing a nice job getting good position underneath, and that time kind of leans back into the defender to draw the contact and the foul. You said it before, a little over 17 points per game for Summers, and a very efficient shooter from the field.
At the line, 64% this year. And he fires away that Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw. Crisp finish. 2-point lead now for Bluffton.
Good defense from Wright. Good job cutting Parker off. Good ball movement, though, from LCC. And again, the strength pretty inside.
Another strong take, 13 all. 2:22 to go in quarter 1. Summers, hands off to Worcester. Fires down inside to Ginther. Backing down on Williams, and he's going to win the battle down the below.
You talk to some of the Bluffton coaches, they'll tell you the guy that has the best post moves and post game on the team is Bean Ginther, right? One of the smaller guys on the court, but uses his body so well. He's a good finisher. He's not put off by contact or hands. Does a nice job using his body to finish there.
After a Parker miss, it is Pretty with the offensive rebound and answers. 15 all.
He's got 8 of those 15 points for LCC, working super hard right now, carrying the load.
Summers drives, goes to the basket himself. Worcester with the offensive rebound. They're going to get Williams reaching in.
It's a good drive from Summers right here. Might have the speed advantage over the bigger Dom McKee. Gets to his left side, which is that dominant hand, just not able to finish. Good offensive rebound, though, and Coach Powell can't be happy about 3 offensive rebounds on 3 straight possessions.
8.5 to go in the first quarter. Worcester guarded heavily by Pretty. Now Wright kicks. Taryn Boblet unloads a 3. Won't go. Jackson White has the miss.
Boblett's another guy that can knock it down, though. 40% on the season from beyond the arc. Good pass.
Good unselfish play to find McKee, but T-Birds will take it in from under their own hoop.
T-Birds so far able to get some paint touches, but they're really not going inside out. They're trying to finish at the bucket, which, hey, I can't blame them. Those are high percentage shots. But right now the Pirates doing an okay job trying to prevent anything easy at the rim.
Donaldson back in. We're going to see our first look at senior Carter Hohenbrink as well. Off the bench for Bluffton. Here's the inbound for LCC. For Burton. Swing it over to Pretty. So they kind of ISO him on that right side. Kicks for Whites. Good defense for Bluffton, but Pretty just pulls up and gets the roll.
And there's not much you can do there. He's got Boblet attached to his hip, but that stop, the way he's able to stop his momentum and get so quiet on the shot, right? He's not off balance. He just goes straight up through the shot. Good touch to put it in. That is a really tough skill and not something you see a lot of high school juniors able to do that well.
Here's Boblet. And the handoff to Hohenbrink. Turned around by Parker. Final half minute of the first quarter.
He's going to have to get rid of it. He's at 5.
And there it is. Parker clamps down and forces a turnover for the Pirates. Change for each side of the lineup as well. Williams back in for the T-Birds.
A little bit of a smaller lineup here for a little bit for LCC as Don McKee, 6'5", exits, and Jeff Williams, 5'4", comes in. Looks like Parker will move down to the block. We'll have a 4-out, 1-in look, looking for the last shot here.
Burton, backdoor to Pretty. And it was just that. 2-score lead for the T-Birds, and a heave at the horn almost goes down for Merrick Donaldson. LCC gets a little spurt at the end of the first quarter and takes a 4-point lead on the Web Insurance scoreboard after 1. You're watching high school basketball tonight on WOSN. Welcome back to LCC. Tonight's 3-point sponsor is Thermal Guard Window Indoor. Quality windows and doors from a local company you can trust. Visit thermalguardwindows.com or call 419-229-4273 for your free estimate. And our timeouts this evening are also presented by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Garrett and Evan with you tonight on the call of tonight's Northwest Conference battle, Bluffton and LCC. The Pirates hit a couple of outside shots, but Evan, LCC hung with them every step of the way and got a little boost at the end. 2-point lead and the ball.
Yeah, Jordan Pretty doing a lot for LCC right now. He has 12 of the 19 points for the T-Birds.
It unloads another one right there.
The Pirates trying to put a little length on him here with Wright. Trying to switch things up, trying to send different looks at him because it's tough.
And look at that. They almost lost Kane Wright, but he was not able to get the open layup to fall.
There's Williams, gets that paint touch.
And a pull-up at the free throw line for Burton, banks it home.
That's tough. A nice dribble handoff right there. Burton finds the space, and I don't know if he called bank. I'm sure most banks are closed right now, but that one's certainly open.
A little after-hours deposit. Here's a long three. Donaldson, back iron, rebounded by Wright. He'll go at it again, and a whistle on the floor.
Good sportsmanship there as Brady Parker helps his counterpart number 2 up.
Gonna put that on Azad Burton.
First against Burton, first of the quarter.
Comes out to Summers. Now Bluffton hungry for a basket, but Pretty pries that basketball away. He'll push it way up the floor for Parker, and kind of off balance, gets Summers out of position and draws the foul. So Parker helped out there by his defender's unset feet as well. but it starts with Pretty.
Yeah, it does. Good job by Pretty. He's guarding Worcester, who's in the corner. And as Donaldson was posting up, Pretty just kind of snuck down, and as soon as Donaldson turned over that right shoulder, Pretty able to take it away, and then a nice pass ahead. And gets at least 1 point out of it for the with the free throw, excuse me.
Brady Parker up to 6 points after the first of 2 Lee's free throws. Now a 7-point lead in a game that was tied. 15 all at one point in that first quarter. It's been all T-Birds since. 8-0 run. Bluffton hungry for a bucket.
T-Birds tried to trap high right there. Pirates not phased.
Little
flare.
Skip to Ginther. And a little short. And Burton just skies up and high points the rebound. Pushed ahead for Parker, too deep, so he has to kick it. Pretty, able to save the play. T-Birds flying out of control, but still able to remain some composure here. Got a good shot off with Parker, and it's going to deflect off of LCC last.
Good hustle from Jeff Williams there trying to save that one. Ends up in the second row. Get a good look at him there.
Almost 2 minutes gone by. Bluffton still looking for their first score of the quarter. And Summers does just that. Gets deep, high off the glass.
Yeah, and he's, again, kind of using his quickness to get through and around Dom McKee right now. Got a running start. He knew exactly what he was going to do, attacking the basket and finishing with McKee kind of off balance.
Williams, little stop and pop. Short on the try. Ginther pulls it down, up ahead, and the oop up there for Kane Wright. Beautiful play.
Smart play right there, too, Wright. A guy that I've seen dunk, he can do it, but instead deciding on the easy one.
And Pretty couldn't finish. And it's stolen away. Burton doesn't give up on the play, gets underneath the defense, and is hit going up.
It's a tough one right there. We're going to get a look at the play. Good job by Burton knocking it away. Then Donaldson trying to go straight up, but referee seeing that chest go into the shooter, so Burton gets 2 at the line. We talk a little bit about that pace, right? The pace of the game, and right now the T-Birds kind of able to speed Bluffton up a little bit. Bluffton's a team that likes to play fast, but right now not really able to control things, getting sped up. LCC taking advantage of that at the other end.
Burton hits the first of 2 Lee's free throws. It's 3 points for the freshman tonight. I was just thinking about that, Evan. When we were going so quickly in that first quarter, Bluffton slowed things down. That's kind of when the points started to come up, but other factors there as well, and they're trying to stabilize that.
No question. I think when the Pirates are slowing things down on offense, they're almost kind of settling for jump shots, sort of contested, right? They're not moving the ball. They're not really moving the defense a whole lot. And Coach Bobbitt, a guy that really likes movement in his offense, so I'm sure, like you see here, they're trying to run some sets and get some things moving.
Down inside for Summers in the pass. He couldn't quite hold on to it. So Williams intercepts. Trying to shake a defender. Look at the moves. Williams short on the shot, but he certainly had Taryn Bobbitt shook off.
Yeah, and Jeff Williams a little slow to get back, and Azad Burton gets right up off the bench. Coach Powell not pumped about it, and that's a good coaching moment.
And they're going to take the Metzgers timeout here on the floor. 4:55 mark of the second quarter. We'll step outside also. 6-point lead for LCC at home on WOSN. Back at LCC, our sponsor on our scoreboard tonight is Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. And our replay partner tonight is Charles River in Spencerville. A premier pharmaceutical and chemical research facility in Northwest Ohio is hiring. Visit jobs.criver.com to apply today. 6-point lead for LCC. They used an 8-0 run on the end of the first quarter and into the second to build a sizable lead. But Bluffton starting to battle back here with the basketball after the timeout.
I'll be interested to see what the adjustment might be after this timeout, right? Last possession we talked about Bluffton kind of getting stagnant, not moving a ton on offense. Coach Boblett takes a timeout, and interested to see here what he draws up.
Ginther to right. He's going to drive on Pretty and has it knocked away. It's going to stay with the Pirates.
That time they're just trying to go right at Pretty. Good job by Wright getting good position, but good help defense knocking the ball away.
Inbound from the baseline. Here's Boblett on the drive, and again, poked out of bounds.
Yeah, the Pirates have to take care of the basketball. A couple times the help's been able to slide in and use some quick hands to knock the ball away.
There they find Blake Summers. Little teardrop. Got the roll.
Yeah,
he's
they
in double figures.
Don't have an answer for him right now. He's every time Don McKee comes in the game, Summers gets the ball and goes right at him, and so far able to finish pretty efficiently. Summers now up to 12 points, tying Pretty for the game lead. It's a lot of points for a quarter and a half.
Starting to ratchet up. Over half of the team's output. Jackson White will walk it up. And they'll play it around the horn here for the T-Birds. And White with a good 15-footer falling away.
Yeah, pure right there. Nice job finding just a little bit of space. LCC pretty efficient right now from the mid-range as Boblett fires one.
Long rebound found by Wright. He's going to line it up. And off again.
Wright was 8 for 12 on this, or 8 for 11 coming into this game, so not a guy that typically misses. Maybe too much space right there on that one.
All the way outside. Now Parker, the bounce to McKee, and he can't quite finish, but he does get the offensive rebound and draws contact.
It's a good stop from the Pirates after a nice pass from LCC, but T-Bird's not able to finish. That's the third foul of the quarter for the Pirates as Boblett takes a seat.
Gets Landon Worcester back in the game. And the inbound for LCC. Pretty comes to get the basketball. In command here. Kicks to White. And the T-Birds working with the lead. Pirates is holding that low position, and Pretty turnaround jumper won't go down.
It's good help from Summers right there. Wright took some body and kind of fell back, and now Summers at the other end not able to hit. But Summers comes off his man to help and forces the miss.
Now White drives, and he's called for the charge.
Well, we saw an attempted charge earlier, not called, and we'll get another look at this one. I think Worcester got there. I think he got his feet set. That's another bang-bang play, though, one that could probably go either way. Coach Powell just letting the ref know he disagrees, but look, these refs have a tough job, and some of those close ones, I would not want to be them trying to make those calls. So appreciate officials here in Ohio. I know they get they have a tough job, right? They have a tough job.
Never easy. Good for Wright. Gets right down the lane and lays that ball in.
The Pirates are doing a nice job getting past the first level of the press, and that second level just not done a nice job keeping the ball out of the bucket and keeping the Pirates at bay.
Off the side of the backboard and out of bounds.
So see if the T-Birds take it off here because, again, the Pirates getting a lot of looks coming out of it and breaking it, and it looks like they will indeed head back. You know, they're going to stay with Bean Ginther, try to prevent him from getting the ball, and then they're going to pick up three-quarter court.
Under 2.5 to play in the half, and good possession here for Bluffton as they look to chip into the LCC lead. Donaldson thought about three. He's been really held in check. He averages double figures, draws contact here, but just a three early, and that's been all for him offensively.
That's the first foul against Brady Parker, third against LCC in the quarter, and now Jeff Williams back in for Burton.
Ginther takes the inbound pass. Comes the flare off the screen, but tipped away. Well defended by Jackson White. He saw where that pass was headed.
That's a good read right there from Wright. He went underneath, or White, excuse me, went underneath the screen, knew that pass was going to come to the wing, and almost able to get a breakaway, but either way, nice job stopping that pass because Carter Hohenbrink can shoot.
And bring Landon Worcester back in the game. And Bluffton being patient here on the offensive end. Bounce for Worcester, going from block to block, tipped away. And the Pirates turn it over.
Well, Bean Ginther again trying to go at Williams, using that slight size advantage, but those really good post skills. That time Williams went down, and the help defender came over and was able to knock it away and off of Bluffton.
Well, what was an explosive first quarter had us at 19-15. It's slowed down a bit here. Both teams at just 8 points each in this second quarter.
I do remember you saying it's a first to 80 pace. Right now, definitely slowing down. But I think both teams also kind of settling in, figuring out what their opponent's trying to do, and doing a nice job slowing them down.
Yeah, it's usually, we've done a lot of soccer over the years, you and I. Usually that's the opposite. It's that, no score. We're just trying to find the pockets and see where we are, and then that scoring seems to break through. And basketball can be a funny game that way.
That's right. Now
working backward.
T-Birds slowing things down here.
Parker keeps the ball in bounds. Working against Donaldson. And a long three for Williams. And boarded by Summers. He's their leading rebounder. Over 7 a contest. Long three as Donaldson lines one up, and it's the three ball has just not been able to find its way in. Bluffton's getting the shots off. They're open. Just can't get it through the cylinder.
I think if you're the T-Birds, you're a little nervous about that, right? You've given up a lot of really good looks to a team that shoots 42% as a team from three, and you only have a 4-point lead. If those shots start falling in the second half, it's going to be tough for the T-Birds to keep the Pirates away from the lead. We'll see what they can do here, if they can extend it before the half.
We've been stuck on 27-23 for a while. Here's White, and he gets the shooter's roll. And for the second quarter in a row, LCC gets a late basket and does not allow Bluffton to respond. They will take a 29-23 lead into the halftime break, outscoring Bluffton 10-8 in the second quarter. We'll take our halftime break. Be back third quarter after this on WOSN. Back at LCC, third quarter about to get underway. Our free throw sponsor tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all of your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where homestyle happens here. And our three-point sponsor tonight is Thermal Guard Window and Door. Quality windows and doors from a local company you can trust. Visit thermalguardwindows.com or call 419-229-4273 for your free estimate. Garrett Mansfield next, Evan Skilder here tonight for this one at Herd Gymnasium. And Evan, you saw this game go back and forth heavily through the first few minutes. Then LCC started to kind of build a gap, and that's kind of where we're at right now. A 6-point game, not quite the largest lead of the contest. They got as big as 8. Bluffton trimmed it down a bit. But looking at, from your perspective, how were the T-Birds able to accomplish that?
Well, I think it started on the defensive end. They did a nice job speeding Bluffton up a little bit with a full court press, but even in the half court, they did a good job coming down and helping, kind of taking away Bluffton when they tried to get to the bucket using help defense. And then on the offensive side, they made the most of their possessions, right? They got good shots. They got to the rim. They got guys to the spots where they can score the basketball, and they slowly built this. I know it's only a 6-point lead, but the way this game's going, that's a tough 6-point lead for sure.
It is. And as we get down here, we'll reset the scene a little bit. LCC is 6-6 on the season. Bluffton just turned the ball over at 9-2, but both 1-1 in Northwest Conference play. Everybody's chasing Spencerville in the conference. Crestview is standing between them as well, so not just one team to overcome at this point, but still a lot of basketball to be played throughout the league.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 3- or 4-way tie for the lead, right? I think, we know it's Spencerville's undefeated. It's theirs to lose at this point, but they've got a lot of really good teams they've got to get through to keep that record unblemished.
And here the T-Birds get a quick bucket. Dom McKee finishes. Good extra pass from Burton.
Yeah, Burton just did a nice job taking the baseline and drawing the help over. Left his guy McKee wide open, and a good pass and finish. First basket of the half goes to the T-Birds.
Here's Ginther. Down into Blake Summers. He'll kick it. Bobble it. Open in the corner. Can't get it.
See, the Bluffton did get a lot of open looks that they're used to hitting in the first half, and they just didn't fall. And so at halftime, kind of talking with some of the Bluffton fans, they all said it too. If Bluffton can start knocking down some of the shots they're used to hitting, they can get back into this game. But right now, they're just not doing a nice job converting on the offensive end.
Block shot for Summers, but LCC holds onto it. Well, inbound here from the baseline. Bounce for Jeff Williams. Pretty thought about a 3. He's going to penetrate. Kick to Parker. He'll scoop it up off the window, and Summers corrals the miss, and Williams snipes in there, gets the steal, and he finishes with some help from a teammate.
Yeah, just sneaky right there. Jeff Williams comes right over and grabs the ball as Summers was looking the other way. And a nice job finishing, extending the lead to 10. And Bluffton takes an early timeout. The T-Birds picking up right where they left off in the first half.
Largest lead of the contest for LCC. Metzger's timeout here on WOSN. Tonight's replay is brought to you by Charles River in Spencerville. The premier pharmaceutical and chemical research facility in Northwest Ohio is hiring. Visit jobs.criver.com to apply today. And our timeouts are presented by Metzger Financial Services. Helping you plan your financial future, call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. LCC coming in out of the Bluffton timeouts. 6:05 to go third quarter. 10-point lead. And that's an early one to take. But, Evan, when that lead starts to swell a little bit, you can't take them with you. So you might as well use them at your advantage.
And sometimes it's less about X's and O's and more about just getting your team to calm down and focus, right? They turn the ball over on one possession, then they get a rebound and lose track of Jeff Williams on another, and just not playing very focused and very sharp. So a timeout from Coach Boblet trying to get his team on the same page.
This shot from Summers, and Parker goes to the other end and puts LCC up 12.
Well, and there's that transition game we talked about. LCC, who's trying to slow the pace a little bit in this game, that time going straight to the bucket. Nice job by Parker with the smooth finish.
Merrick Donaldson dumps down inside for Kane Wright, and now as Bluffton needed a bucket badly, and Wright was able to go get it.
Yeah, that was a big one there. Good control of his body. And now Williams gets his shoulders in front of the defender and able to draw the foul. It's number 2 against Bluffton in the quarter, I believe.
And a second on Ginther. And Landon Worcester checks back in.
And just a correction, only the first against the Pirates here, the first 3 minutes.
T-Birds inbound. McKee finds Pretty immediately and then gives up to Williams. Hand off. Working that drive on the outside.
A little weave at the top, and they're able to isolate Pretty. There's that inside out look.
And Parker, no, but McKee with the rebound and a foul called against Summers with him going up. Must have been with the body. The hands were okay.
We'll get a look at it here. And
yep.
Donaldson actually got a piece of him as well, but they call the foul on Summers. That's number 2 against him.
Couple of Lee's free throws here for LCC. First one clangs off. But a 10-point game, and And you look for LCC. Started so hot. They were 4-2 to start the season, and it started alternating wins and losses as McKee hits the second. And then they're just kind of still looking for some traction here to start the new year. They get a big win over OG. They fall close to Kalida on the road. Then they take down Defiance. Another good season for the Bulldogs. So they kind of have it's kind of been an up and down first half of the year for the Thunderbirds. But here tonight, they have started to take command and starting to pull away a little bit. And it's going to be LCC ball.
Yeah, Worcester was out of bounds, and he reached over and touched it while Parker had it. Good call from the referee there. And, yeah, right now LCC just playing really, really well. They're taking care of the basketball for the most part, and Bluffton just not able to hit shots like they're used to hitting. Like we talked about coming into this half, they've gotten a couple open looks from some really good shooters and just not able to finish.
And Pretty shot is short. Now Donaldson. Transition three, too long. Loose ball. Pirates get a second chance, but lose control.
Now LCC trying to move quickly again. They foul him on the floor. Probably a good foul there from Donaldson. It'll be his second, but it prevents an easy layup, and it'll be a baseline out of bounds rather than that layup.
So here comes the inbound. And Pretty short corner, 19-footer goes up and in.
That's too easy right there. They try to sag back in their screen coverage, and Pretty had too much space, able to finish no problem.
And Kane Wright draws contact underneath. So
Wright thought he was shooting right there. We'll get a look at it. And my foul was probably from behind on Williams before he went up. That's 2 against Jeff Williams. So he'll take a seat. Jackson White, one of the starters, not starting in the second half. And now the first look at second look at Xavier Purnell.
Here's the inbound for Bluffton. And Wright gets bumped by Pretty along the baseline.
It's only the first against him, second against the T-Birds of the quarter. Again, LCC just sneaky with their help defense right there. Yeah, you got called for a foul. Nice pass.
There it is. Ginther finds Wright. That's twice we've seen Kane Wright fly around the rim.
10 points for Wright.
He's the second Pirate in double figures on the evening. And the lead is at 11. Pretty kicks to Parker. Little runner is short, and he gets the rebound back.
That's one of those that just came right back to him. It was a good box out from Ginther, but Ginther not able to turn around quickly enough. Nice hesitation right there from Pretty. Draws the foul. I love that little, he just kind of looks at the rim. We're going to get a good look at it here. Gets to the basket. You'll see him pause right here for a second. Wright froze. Then he's able to get that space and draw the foul. I love that play from the junior.
When you have such a dangerous pull-up, you have to make your opponent respect it. He's short on the front end of the Lee's free throws.
It's a quick break for Williams as he replaces Burton. Boblet and Hohen bring 2 good shooters back onto the floor for Bluffton, trailing by 11.
It's kind of one of the adage in football. You kind of throw when you're behind. Well, you kind of have to make up some ground here, so you got shooters in the game to open up the outside shot a little further. 39-27 after Pretty knocks down the second free throw. He's got 15. Leads all of LCC's players in the scoring column right now. 12-point game and a foul. Purnell, that's 3. And the third on the team as well.
Yeah, and that's not one you want right there. Worcester, a really strong player, but not one with a ton of post moves, and so that little post entry there, probably not worth taking the foul. Big block there from Pretty.
It's going to stay with Bluffton. Basically off the end of their bench. The inbound. Going to find Wright. He gets cut off near the block. Now Boblet.
Pirates taking their time here, looking for a good shot, and they're able to draw some contact. It'll be the first against Parker. Actually, the second, rather.
And now they're one foul away from the free throw line, but they're going to get a spare one as well, being a shooting foul. Everything else will be at the line the rest of the quarter. It's another way that you can make up some ground in a hurry, but short on the front end.
They just can't find the bottom of the net here in this game.
Ginther is over 74% at the line this year. Lead remains 12 points for Lima Central Catholic. Second one no good again. And a fight for the rebound.
A lot of action down there.
Official goes down. Couple of players as well. First row of the student section.
The official's hurt. He's struggling now. Uh-oh.
That is not a fun fall. We got a spare down here in the student section. Just
there you go. Yep.
He's ready. He's already dressed. And 2:10 to go, quarter three. And Lima Central Catholic going to add to their lead, up by a dozen. Now here's Burton.
That's big time from Burton right there. Gets past a good defender with some shaky ball skills and able to finish at the rim through the foul. Look at this little move, little hesitation.
The shimmies on by, and he'll get one more for good measure.
Burton with 6 points now, chance for 7 as Summers checks back in.
And one, it's like getting an extra Lee's famous recipe tender in that box.
That's
right.
right.
There they go. But comes up empty. Rebounded by Bluffton. Largest lead of the game is 14. And a foul on the perimeter.
And that's number 5, so free throws now for Donaldson.
It's 2 on Burton. Donaldson, three-pointer early. Get another 70+% free throw shooter for Bluffton. The Pirates got to find ways to score with that clock stopped. 1:53 to go in the third. And he hits.
Hey, sometimes all it takes is a free throw, right? See the ball go through the rim one time, 2 times, and maybe it starts to open up a little bit. The Pirates, really need to find some momentum and some confidence shooting the basketball if they're going to climb back into this game.
Under 2 to go.
Uh-oh.
Pretty thought about it. Kicks. Jackson White. Yes. A thermal guard three-pointer. And Metzger's timeout. With 1:39 to go in quarter three. Timeout for LCC. We'll take it as well. Thunderbirds by 15 on WOSN. Tonight's three-point sponsor is ThermalGuard Window and Door. Quality windows and doors from a local company you can trust. Visit thermalguardwindows.com or call 419-229-4273 for your free estimate. Back into action here. Out of the timeout. Three-pointer and a TO and a missed bucket and a rebound for, they're going to call a jump ball out of that. The arrow is for the Thunderbirds. But that was a very big bucket, Evan, before that previous timeout for Jackson White.
Yeah, it definitely was. This could be a big one, too.
Pushed ahead, and now Jeff Williams trying to get in front and stop Kane Wright, but he's going to get a runaway, too.
The Pirates trying to trap up top, putting 2 defenders on Williams, and he dribbles through both of them. Now they're trying to step out, maybe going for the last shot here. Up 13. I would guess Coach Boblet might want them to come out and guard this pretty high. You see Summers thinking about it.
Down to Burton in the corner where there's 2 Pirate defenders, and the pass is stolen. The freshman throws it away. Now Taryn Boblet up ahead to Kane Wright, who finishes beautifully with the left hand.
Yeah, smart play right there. Give it to Wright. He has plenty of size, and Jeff Williams, the only guy back to defend, and that's a big one for the Pirates. I don't think the T-Birds wanted to send it to the corner where they got trapped. Look at that. Another miss, but they're able to get it back. 20 seconds. Smart play there from Pretty as he backs out. And the T-Birds can take the last shot.
Pretty zigzagging through traffic, kicks for White, off balance layup, in and out.
5 seconds, the Pirates could get a shot here.
In the air and short. Wright had to catch and shoot. But we get to the close of 3 where it's Lima Central Catholic 44, Bluffton 33. Watching high school basketball tonight on WOSN. Back at LCC, where tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Our free throws tonight are brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all of your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, home style happens here. A little home cooking for the T-Birds tonight, up 44-33, playing really well in a conference game on their home floor tonight.
Yeah, and they had to kind of hold off a little Pirate run there at the end of the quarter as Bluffton started to get some looks at the basket off steals, and right now it's a big possession for the Pirates trying to keep momentum moving forward. That would have been big, but still 2 free throws coming up and a chance to cut this lead to single digits.
Looking at the scoring for that's going to be the 3rd on Burton, but the scoring every quarter LCC has outscored Bluffton. Has been able to build their lead to as many as 15. First one goes down for Merrick Donaldson. He now has 6 points. Next one in the air, he gets the roll. 7-point night for Donaldson.
There you go. Pirates back to within one digit. And now you get a foul on the other side. A good free throw shooter and Pretty going to the free throw line. But again, just kind of a nice sustained run for the Pirates. It wasn't a quick 6 points, but from last quarter to this, they've done a really nice job just slowly getting back into this game. And well, they're going to say that foul was on the ground rather than in a shooting motion.
So Ginther picks up his 3rd. For Bluffton, Kane Wright's been a big help in this second half. 8 points in the 3rd quarter. He now has a team high of 14. Jordan Pretty with the basketball here. He already has 15. Add 2 more to it.
Can't let him get inside. Made no mistake right there. A little bit of contact, but that's a strong, strong man going up for the layup.
Well, inside out for Bluffton. Summers.
It's a good take from him. Again, trying to take advantage of his speed against a slower defender in McKee. And look, McKee's a good player. This guy's worked hard tonight, doing his best. And now a steal from Summers. An errant pass there.
Here's Donaldson to Summers. 3. Short. And that'll go out of bounds. Will be LCC ball. 9-point game with 7 minutes to go, and Coach Powell maybe sees some things he wants to correct here. We'll take a look under the hood here during this Metzger Financial Services timeout, and we're back with more WOSN. Back at LCC tonight, where our scoreboard is presented by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years, with offices in downtown Lima and in Bluffton. Our replay sponsor tonight is Charles River in Spencerville. The premier pharmaceutical and chemical research facility in Northwest Ohio is hiring. Visit jobs.criver.com to apply today. Garrett and Evan bringing to the action here tonight. And Bluffton is trying to chip into the LCC lead. T-Birds take a timeout. They quickly go down the floor. Don't convert the shot, and you have McKee and Boblet tied up.
They actually call McKee for a foul there. I think as Boblet brought that down and McKee came up over the back, I think initially it was probably okay. But once you come down over the back of the player, you call that contact foul. The foul is not technically called over the back, but when you come over the back, it is usually a foul.
And it usually wasn't an infraction called against a guy like me. It's not very difficult to out-rebound me. So here's the couple of missed shots from outside for Bluffton. Boblet passes on a third attempt, and it's Wright that gets to the rack, and he's going to go to the charity stripe.
Again, the Pirates get two looks that they're used to converting, not able to finish, but those long shots result in long rebounds, and Wright able to grab that one, and a good job attacking and drawing the foul. LCC up to 3 team fouls already.
How much do you think it's the open end? You know, that's something that's a little bit more common now in a lot of gymnasiums we see, but some teams do struggle when they see it.
Yeah, it can be tough. That depth perception's a little bit different, a little bit off. Now, I think Wright might have some blood. Oh, no, just some sweat on the ground here. Trying to get it cleaned up. But, yeah, you're right. And you think about when teams are making deeper runs in the playoffs, they start to play at places like Bowling Green or, yeah, it's a nasty cut over there as they clean this up. But those gyms are all different, right? That wall's further away. It looks different when you shoot, and definitely can be a problem.
6.5 to go here in quarter 4. And this foul would be called on the ground, so it will be inbounded for Bluffton.
The Pirates don't want to be without Wright for too long, and there Ginther loses the handle. They tried to post up Williams once again. But LCC able to hold tall, so the lead stays at 9 as they try to clean Wright up over there on the sideline. In the meantime, it's Landon Worcester. Pirates extending to a 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Here Williams backs away. He and Burton kick for Pretty. And that 3 on the wing is good. He is at 20 for the night.
I really like the pass that came to him right there. He caught it right in his shooting pocket. Super accurate pass, which allows him to get the ball out quick. And he made no mistake. Big bucket there. Now it's a 20 points and the 4th foul against LCC. So from now on, the Pirates at the line on defensive fouls.
The 3rd thermal guard 3 for LCC tonight from 3 different players. And that is a great point, Evan, because that foul situation could be the difference here eventually, but the ball coughed up by the Pirates.
Again, it's the quickness of Williams kind of sliding in there, taking the ball away from behind. Uh-oh.
Pretty. And can't convert.
You could feel the gym right there. You can almost feel the energy level raised just a bit, ready to blow off the lid in this gym. Pirates escape, though.
That's one of those things when special players touch the basketball in big moments, everybody can feel that excitement and see what they're going to do next. That's why you keep coming back. That's why we love so much to do these games and see all the different teams we do each and every night. And
no question. I'll tell you what, Pirates, it looks like the ball's got some moisture on it, but the Pirates, again, a team that shoots 42% as a team from outside. I don't have the stats with me for this game, but I would guess they are close to under 30%, if not under 25% in this game. It's really tough right now for them to get anything to go through the rim, but really they're getting the shots that they normally make, right? So very tough on the offensive end for the Pirates here. defensively, they're playing okay, but, man, Jordan Pretty has played really well, and LCC in general has moved the ball nicely with those two freshman guards, Azad Burton and Jeff Williams, here in the second half.
You see when you look on paper, you see a team coming off a Final Four run from last year, pretty open from that short corner. And then you look down the line of just sophomores everywhere for LCC, and they're starting a freshman. You're wondering, okay, where's the state of the program? And then you see Bluffton at 9-2. If you're just looking at that, well, we get reminded why we play the games. And
sure.
It's been a fun ride so far, and seeing how LCC has just taken care of the little things even, and just been able to capitalize there. Now here's a big test for Bluffton. Summers at the line shooting a couple of Lee's free throws, and he knocks down the first.
12 points in the first quarter for Blake Summers. That's only point number 15. Slowed down since. Two big ones there. Gets the lead back to 10. Kane Wright back out there for Bluffton, playing the top spot in that 1-2-2.
Able to find a way through the defensive pressure. Williams, one-handed bounce to McKee, out to Burton. And a foul between the circles. Low point offensively for Bluffton this year, just for context. I've got 53 points would be the bottom offensive output this year. That was a 2-point loss to a tough Arlington team.
Great basketball game at Bluffton University in Bluffton's Holiday Classic, Holiday Tournament, sponsored by McDonald's.
Here's an open look, Ben Ginther.
See, again, like they're getting the shots that they are used to hitting. They're just not falling today. A tough night for the Pirate offense. A good decision there not to take that three and give it to Jeff Williams with the big one.
Thermal guard three. 4 triples have gone down for LCC tonight. They lead now by 13 as Summers answers. You might have a chance to get them all back.
Yeah, Summers doing his best to lead this team. That's going to be foul number 3 against Dom McKee. 18 points now for Summers. You have a feeling the way this game is gone, the Pirates need to make a run here pretty quickly. This could help. Oof.
Almost. And how about it? Kane Wright back in the game, able to get the big offensive rebound, and it's down to a 9-point game, and a Metzger's timeout taken. We'll step aside as well. You're watching High School Hoops tonight on WOSE. Tonight's 3-point sponsor is Thermalguard Window and Door. Quality windows and doors from a local company you can trust. Visit thermalguardwindows.com or call 419-229-4273 for your free estimate. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Bluffton has trimmed down the lead just a bit, entered the final period down by 11, but gotten it down to 9. They've been jockeying between double figures and single digits here of late. But LCC, they have played a tenacious game tonight. Pretty, with 20 points, penetrates, kicks, and around it goes. T-Birds content.
And this is a young team doing a nice job moving the ball against a tough, long, quick defense. You wonder how composed these youngsters for LCC can be here in crunch time.
And thrown away. Good possession. Just does not end the way the T-Birds would have liked it. They did take almost 40 seconds off the clock, and then Merrick Donaldson hits a thermal guard 3. Is that the one to open the floodgates? We'll see. 3 to go after that 3. Yeah, Donaldson commits a foul on the other side.
Foul number 4 against the Pirates of the quarter. Number 3 against Donaldson now. Brady Parker checks back in. He's had a nice night. 9 points for him. He's 4 fouls, though, so Maybe an offense to defense situation for the T-Birds.
Here's Burton. Kicks out, extra pass to Williams. He fakes, drives, and nearly finishes, but a foul with Bluffton picking up the rebound.
Those are two free throws.
Those are the tough ones when you commit them 90 feet away. It's a long walk to the other side, and no additional time coming off the clock for Bluffton.
Yeah, that's one you have to be careful of. I know sometimes a missed layup, you're right by the rebounder, you're a little bit frustrated, you want to go get that ball back, you usually see it, you think it's presented to you, and you go for it. As soon as you do, the foul's called, and like you said, 90 feet away from the basket, the Pirates with a chance for 2 points, obviously now a chance for just one.
Taryn Boblet scoreless on the evening, and he's able to get his first points in a big moment, put Bluffton within 5.
And again, how will LCC handle this pressure?
Stolen. Wright collects a long pass and finishes well. Timeout for LCC. The lead has evaporated to 3.
And again, the Pirates just defensively doing a nice job. They've come way out at half court. They're trapping on the edges. They're making those passes really tough. And what LCC's got to try to figure out is, what is that backside defender doing? Is he going to go cover the middle, or is he going to cover that reversal? And right now, Bluffton doing a nice job kind of splitting the difference and gambling one way, gambling the next, and they're able to get those steals. So they've done a really nice job in this 1-2-2. And we keep saying it. I know it's a young team, but this is where you get tested, right? You get tested when it's crunch time, when you're up, when the other team's in your face. How do you handle that? And look, right now, it's Bluffton taking advantage.
And that's certainly something they have got to be talking through as Bluffton breaks huddle. This is where they kind of have the opposite end. If you're from the experience side, they can go to that well of, we've been here before, and now we had a couple shots fall. We've been doing the things we wanted to do in the game plan much of the night. Finally, the open looks. We've been sending it all night, Evan. They're getting the shots they want. Now they're just finally falling. And a foul against.
That's
Ginter.
tough, because that's their point guard, and their leader now has 5 fouls trying to get that ball away. He'll take a seat. Landon Worcester checks in, a good defensive player for the Pirates. All-state linebacker on the football team that made a deep run to the state Final Four this year. That's another thing about Bluffton. They got a little bit of a late start to this season.
One of 2 teams in the Northwest Conference to get to the Final Four in football, along with Columbus Grove. A nice inside-out game with Parker at the free throw line. Here's White. He's been dangerous out there before. That's off iron. And the rebound collected by Bluffton. A little miscommunication coming up the floor, but they'll hit the brakes and reset. Long 3, in and out. And look at Worcester hustle for the rebound. And did he step on the line? Nope. Coach Boblet calls timeout. Minute 50 to go. Still a 3-point basketball game, and another Metzger's Financial Services stoppage here. With LCC up by 3. Talking this one through. It's a full timeout, so we'll step aside also on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Minute 50 to go into the basketball game. What was a 15-point lead for LCC at one point is down to 3. Bluffton with the ball in their offensive end.
Now, what do the Pirates have drawn up here? Well, they're going to get a foul and some free throws. That's a good quick one to try to take advantage of that size inside from Wright. Guy that can jump up pretty high as well. You see here, just trying to be simple. Right on the arm. Sends Wright to the line. 10 points tonight. Actually, 8. Let me see here. Sorry, 18 points tonight for Kerry Wright. That's Kane Wright. I'm sorry, Kerry's his brother. Shout out Kerry, though, graduated last year.
And misses the front end of Lee's free throws.
He spilled some popcorn down there on the baseline. You can see not a good move.
And in and out, but offensive rebound for Bluffton. Boblet open, unloads, and hits it. We're tied up at 52.
Knew those shots were going to fall at some point. The Pirates all the way back into this one with 95 seconds in regulation. Now LCC, instead of trying to milk the clock, they've got to try to get some offensive momentum back.
Here's Burton. He is going to commit a charge.
Man, that is big time. Worcester, you see him slide over early on this play. He starts camping down below, and a really nice job drawing that foul. Number 4 against Burton. And because it's an offensive foul, it's not free throws, but the Pirates with the basketball and a chance to take the lead. Can you believe that, Garrett?
Second time Worcester has taken a charge tonight. And Bluffton, it's been a while since they've been in this position today. They've been trailing for most of the action, and we got a charge, a foul called as Donaldson loses his footing.
Big free throws now for Merrick Donaldson, the senior. He's been a varsity player since his freshman year for the Pirates.
Last lead for Bluffton was back when it was 15-13.
Unbelievable, especially, again, a team that just could not get any momentum, could not get anything going offensively. Finally, they switched their defense, and the defense turns to offense. But a lot of work to do here.
Donaldson misses the front end of the Lee's free throws. Second one, and that rolls around to give the Pirates the lead.
Now remember, every foul sends the other team to the line. Both teams in the bonus.
Now Williams backs away with under a minute to play. Lost the ball. Worcester takes it. And the Pirates.
Now they can just kind of milk the clock as much as they can. Might need a timeout here. Yeah, Coach Boblet takes a timeout. That's his last one.
Little discombobulated without Ginther on the floor, fouled out, so they had to kind of fill in for him.
That's a good point, man. They're doing all of this without Bean Ginther, but look at this. It looks like Lane Ginther getting talked to by Coach Boblet. Lane, the little brother, the freshman of Bean Ginther. So Lane coming in for a big offensive possession. His first action of the night comes with his team up by 1 with around a minute left. He's a good free throw shooter, probably part of the reason he's out there, but he's also a guy that can dribble the ball around the court and maybe help milk this clock a little bit.
You know, looking through the situations, you know, these are good games not only because, you know, they're conference games, they're meaningful, but they're good games that prepare you for tournament play. Bluffton hasn't had a lot of late game situations like this, just a couple on the year where they've been decided by a possession or two, but yeah, this is a big one that really will test how things go the rest of the year. And yeah, it's just hard. Winning is hard, and I think Bluffton is showing, and LCC as well. It takes a lot. You might be up with a lead, or you might be the team that people like coming into the game. It just goes to show we got to play all 32 minutes, and we're getting every bit of use of it out tonight, aren't we?
We absolutely are. So the Pirates right now, 4 seniors and a freshman on the floor. So a lot of experience with a little bit of inexperience out there for the Pirates as they go to Summers, and they'll probably try to draw McKee away from the basket, make him come out and guard. Probably didn't want to pick up the dribble right there, though. No timeouts left for Bluffton. And a 5-second call. They give it right back as the Pirates pick up their dribble far away from the basket. Now Wright will check back in. Little offense to defense for the Pirates.
A little tough. Looked like Ginther was trying to get to the basketball, and they just weren't able to find him. Here's Pretty. 3. Rings off, but it is going to stay with LCC. T-Birds get an offensive board. We're down to 22 seconds to go.
Coach Powell has 2 timeouts, 22 seconds left. He's saving those, waiting to see what happens here, see if his team can get a bucket without having to take one of those timeouts.
Bluffton with 2 players at 18 points apiece. Pretty leading LCC with 20 tonight. Williams, look at the little shake and off the rim, rebounded. 10 seconds to play, into Pretty, leans into contact and gets fouled.
They called a foul right there. My goodness, that's a big one. We're going to get a look right here. Good work from Williams, finally finds Pretty. And yeah, Wright had his hand not straight up, but a little bit over Pretty's head. When he goes up, there's contact, and these free throws are big because not only could you take the lead with 7 seconds left, Bluffton has no timeouts.
So they've got to play through it here. And Jordan Pretty hits the front end of his set of free throws to tie the game at 53.
He's led his team all night, 21 points, and trying to give them the lead back with 7 on the clock. And if he makes it, the question becomes, will Coach Powell take a timeout and try to set things up, or is he going to let things go? Every coach kind of has their own way of doing things.
Good.
Yeah, take a timeout.
He is going to take the Metzger's timeout. 54-53 with 7.9 to go. And with a 1-point game, Bluffton has to go the length of the floor. The one challenge you've had since Bean Ginther has fouled out is getting the ball up the floor without much resistance. So where's the ball got to go here, Evan, and who do you find on the other end with, again, just 7 seconds left?
Well, the good news is it's 1 point. You can get the best look that you can get in 7 seconds. You can take that, right? I think the Pirates have enough athletes to be able to zoom down the floor and get into a spot. Now the question becomes, what does LCC do defensively? Because they have 5 fouls. They cannot put Bluffton at the line because they risk losing this game. So it really is a chess match out there between 2 really good coaches. And again, Bluffton does have, I guess we'll say, the luxury of being able to kind of draw up whatever they want. They can use a couple guys as distractions. They can maybe get some size inside. Kane Wright's done a really nice job around the basket tonight. So a lot of different options, and this is why I love basketball, man. Like I said, 2 great coaches going at it. One with a defensive game plan for 7 seconds, and Coach Boblet, who's been doing this for over 20 years with his 7-second offense. And again, LCC cannot foul.
So here's the inbound. It goes to Lane Ginther and lost the basketball out of bounds. Lima Central Catholic ball with 5.9.
We'll get a look at the replay here as Ginther runs into Williams, and he's not able to get around him. Ball goes off of Ginther's foot, and now LCC with a chance to put this one away.
2 freshmen going head-to-head there on that inbound, but now it's almost a sure foul situation.
Matthew Quatman into the game now. Good free throw shooter.
First time he has entered the contest. White inbounds, it's Pretty, and he takes the contact from Worcester, and they only burn 0.9 seconds.
Now, so again, Coach Powell, 1 timeout. If they make both or make the second one, does he call that timeout, or does he make Bluffton figure it out with 5 seconds left? Either way, my goodness, what a basketball game we had tonight. A great fight from the Pirates to come back, but the T-Birds, a team again that started the season super hot. They won the the Cupid Classic over at Elida, and now a 3-point lead against Bluffton after dropping 6 of their last 12.
So Pretty with the 2 Lee's free throws and a double dribble at half court by Donaldson. That should do it, but we've seen weirder. Bluffton can certainly get a steal.
Coach Powell's going to take a timeout here as well. Just make sure his team's on the same page. If we don't make either of these, there's no foul. Make them send that, or actually you could foul technically, up 3. But what great defense there from the T-Birds. 2 straight possessions where they're able to, in transition, in the full court, force a turnover to melt this game away. Really, really nice job, again, by this young crew.
Yes.
Right, we saw Azad Burton do some great things. That's a freshman out there. Right, we've seen Jeff Williams do some really big things. He'd be a leader for this team. That's a freshman out there.
Yeah.
Right, their leading scorer tonight, 24 points for Jordan Pretty. Guess what? He's a junior. Right, this is a good team with a lot of youth that's going to be a big force in the NWC for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one thing. If you didn't have a program tonight, you might not be able to decipher where the inexperience might be, because it hasn't shown a lot of places. And right now, they were able to make the plays when it mattered here late.
Now you see the Bluffton players hovering around the LCC huddle as they came out of their huddle a little bit early.
Ready to go. 1.6 on the clock, and all it would take was an inbound, but a steal and a heave.
That would be an insane finish to this game.
And it goes to Williams, and that is it. Lima Central Catholic wins a thriller at home over the Bluffton Pirates, handing Bluffton their 3rd loss of the year, and LCC improves to 7-6, 2-1 in NWC play. They're celebrating here at Herd Gymnasium. We'll take a timeout, return, give it the Stolly Hustle Award winner for the evening, and we'll catch up hopefully with Coach Powell as well in our post-game coverage. Don't go anywhere. High school basketball coverage continues on WOSN. Finishing up of alma mater here at LCC, where the Thunderbirds are victorious by a 56-53 total. They would stand a 20-point fourth quarter by Bluffton to hang on to win. As we pivot to our Stolly Hustle Award winner for the evening. Check out the highlights of tonight's Stolly Hustle Award winner on the WOSN YouTube page. And Evan, to hand this one out, tough to deny when his team came out on top.
24 points for Jordan Pretty, but my goodness, he was such a great leader in this game. He kept his team on his back even when the momentum started to shift Bluffton's way. Pretty did such a nice job just carrying this team, just kind of settling things down and being that gravity that everyone can kind of rely on to help settle them down and ultimately come away with this victory in a game that definitely saw its adversity.
And he was able to get the 20 pretty quickly, but those big free throws late are what really held on for LCC to put this one away. And the window was open, but he helped close it.
No doubt, no doubt. And what a great performance really from, I know we've said it so many times, but this young LCC team. These are the kind of games, when you come away with a victory, these are the kind of games that build confidence and also are our program hallmark, like staple games, right? Just really help your program realize, like, we are next. We're up next. We're in the NWC. We're in the mix. We can do this. We can get this done. First
time playing for a conference title in a while for LCC. Brady Parker had 9. Jackson White with 7. Jeff Williams, Burton Azad, the 2 freshmen with a handful apiece. On the Bluffton side, Kane Wright and Blake Summers led the way with 18. Merrick Donaldson got the double figures also with 11 points. We'll take one more timeout, try to catch up with Coach Powell and get his thoughts on the victory tonight. LCC celebrating a 3-point win at home on WOSN. Welcome back to Herd Gymnasium one last time as we shut this down with LCC another winner. 56-53 over Bluffton. They improved to 7-6 and 2-2 in league play on the year. And Garrett and Evan, for a couple of quick thoughts, as this game, LCC slowly built that lead out to as many as 15. But then the shots started falling for Bluffton. They closed the gap, and the T-Birds were able to find a way to get a couple turnovers there late.
We saw a really good basketball game tonight, right? We saw 2 teams, almost a chess match. It was LCC early, and you said it. Bluffton started to come back. They got things done on the defensive end, made things tough on those guards to move the ball around and then turn that into some points all the way back to the lead in this game. But ultimately, LCC able to hang on it's got to be a great victory. I was down trying to find Coach Powell, and he was spending plenty of time in the locker room talking with his team, and figured it was probably good to just let that happen because he's got to be proud of his team's effort tonight.
Yep, they were able to hang on there late, coached them up, and on through. A couple of thank yous to pass along as we sign off here. Of course, to everybody here at LCC. There's our crew on the leadership of Wayne Getz, Derek and Kelsey giving you your pictures tonight. Callie and Nick back at the station. He is Evan. I'm Garrett saying good night from LCC, and thank you for watching high school basketball tonight on WOSN.